140, 140, 140 for the takeover, Teofimo Lopez, 140.
Champion from Newark, New Jersey, 23 fights, 23 victories, Shakur Stevenson. 135 pounds for the reigning and defending three-time world champion.
What did you say?
Breaking news from the final weigh-in as tensions finally spill over. Teofimo Lopez escalates the face-off with a clear gesture aimed at Shakur Stevenson. Security remains alert as both fighters lock eyes, adding extra heat to a bout now officially set for January 31st.
They all know. You know what time it is, cool.
Don't stop. Easy work. Don't stop.
Easy work, cool.
Good. 3-6, baby. There you go. 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 There you go.
Honestly, I'm prepared. I'm ready. I try not to think about the future. I try to stay stuck in the present. I think that's the best way to be. So right now we here at the weigh-ins, and mentally I'm ready. I ain't worried about tomorrow right now. I'm worried about the weigh-ins. So
The mood shifts as words start flying. Shakur Stevenson keeps his message direct and calculated, while Teofimo Lopez fires back with sharp, defiant replies. Neither man backs down, and the back and forth adds another spark to a rivalry that is clearly moving beyond simple weigh-in theatrics.
I don't have to fight Teofimo.
Yeah.
I could just stay at 135, campaign there. Why not go chase the greatness? Why not take the risk? Why not put myself?
I'll be honest, I'm gonna be real honest. He was a lot better younger.
Yeah. Yes.
Bull jive. There's no way he was better when he was less experienced.
Yo, the man's was a lot better, a lot slicker, smoother, sharper.
Wait, so you
Pause,
think
but like
you think
Shakur was better than the amateurs.
so you think with the added weight he got slower, less sharp? Like
Skills are there, but everything that goes with it, with the body weight and all that, like you say, it ain't for him. He was dominating the Junior Olympics, and then the Youth Olympic Games. He even won that. 123, he was still looking sharp. Then 26, 30, 35. I just think the muscle mass, his body he can't carry it. He can't carry with a fighter like myself, and I'm going to exploit that come January 31st.
Terrence Crawford jumps into the conversation with a smile, brushing off the tension while clearly stirring the pot. His comments come across playful on the surface, but there is intent behind them, as he encourages Teofimo Lopez and openly entertains the idea of sparring. It is a reminder that this rivalry is being watched closely by elite fighters, adding outside voices and extra pressure to an already charged situation.
What up with it, baby? Hey, tell him what you told me. What I tell you? What you doing it for? Oh, promotion, baby. All right. So I ain't gotta fuck him. I ain't gotta fuck him up. But we should spar. I ain't gotta fuck him up. We should spar. I would like to. Come on, I want to spar with you though. All right, how about that? We clap it up? All right, bet. We out there.
Shakur Stevenson paints a picture of the backstage atmosphere, describing how the energy shifted from calm to performative. The push-ups, the flexing, the displays of strength all signal psychological posturing rather than pure focus. It shows how much of this build-up is about presence and perception, not just boxing skill. These moments reveal how both camps are trying to gain small mental edges before the real business begins.
I'm already 3-weight.
Three-weight?
I'm gonna be
Why not the
4-weight.
Garden? Okay.
Nah, you know what's crazy though? When we was in the back, it was like he took his shirt off, then he kind of like started doing push-ups.
Pumped it up.
Then he started doing little dips on the couch. But it was interesting because I'm like, should I go try him and like go see who could do more push-ups? Let's go see. But I'm like, I'm gonna just leave it alone. But I think he was trying to like put some.
Eddie Hearn highlights the work ethic behind the image, focusing on discipline, routine, and obsession with the sport. The description shifts the narrative away from weigh-in drama and social media noise, placing attention on preparation and mentality. It frames the fight as more than hype, showing how training culture, daily habits, and boxing IQ play a serious role in shaping outcomes long before fighters ever face each other.
Shakur's brilliant at that because, one, he wants top sparring, but two, he gives his time as well because he's a gym rat, he's a boxing lunatic. He loves the...
Derek Chisora breaks down the true challenge Shakur Stevenson poses inside the ring. The fight will not be decided by early bursts, but by endurance and relentless pressure, gradually wearing opponents down. His fitness allows him to control pacing, chip away at Teofimo Lopez, and exploit any lapses in defense. This makes the upcoming bout a mental and physical chess match, where Lopez's strategy must account for Stevenson's conditioning and tactical patience, not just power shots. Otherwise, he risks fading in the later rounds.
Because the way he beats you is fitness. He starts off slowly and going, and it gets harder and harder and harder. By the time it's round 6, you think you're around 10, but you're only around 6. You know, so you have to be fit, and he keeps
Ben Whitaker points out that while Teofimo Lopez has talent and unpredictability, Shakur Stevenson's ability to dictate pace and manage distance could dominate the fight. This match isn't just about brute power, it's strategy and timing. Lopez will need to adjust constantly to avoid being outboxed. The upcoming rounds will test whether Lopez can impose his style against Stevenson's precise control, making every exchange crucial and potentially determining who truly holds the upper hand in this high-stakes matchup.
He's funny, he's got character, but he's a great fighter. He's very athletic. He comes from awkward angles, and I do like his style, but I study boxing, I watch boxing, I do like Shakur's style. The way he breaks his opponents down, he slows it down to his pace, he's got good distance. If you got to pick someone, I'm going Shakur, but it's a good...
Abel Sanchez stresses that this fight is a battle of control versus aggression. Shakur Stevenson's key advantage lies in maintaining distance and dictating the tempo, forcing Lopez to abandon his usual counterpunching rhythm. If Lopez fails to adapt and lead the exchanges, he risks falling into Stevenson's strategic trap. Every round will test Lopez's ability to switch gears, making this fight a fascinating clash of styles, where precision, timing, and mental toughness will ultimately decide the outcome.
Shakur's a great talent, and Teofimo looked great in his last fight. Of course, he didn't have Shakur in front of him, but I think that for Shakur, he has to keep the fight at his distance. If he does that, I think it's a win for him. Teofimo, he's more, he wants to draw you and he wants to counter punch. He's gonna have to be a different guy this time. He's gonna have to attack. He's gonna have to be leading.
Eddie Hearn highlights that Shakur Stevenson combines intelligence, defensive skill, and explosive power, making him a complex challenge for Teofimo Lopez. This isn't just a battle of strength, but of ring IQ, timing, and decision-making under pressure. Lopez will need to find openings against a fighter who can adapt mid-fight, punish mistakes, and counter with precision. The matchup promises dramatic exchanges where one lapse could change momentum instantly, emphasizing that preparation, strategy, and composure will be decisive factors.
I think I don't know how good the fight will be, but I think Shakur is
again, like pound for pound, IQ-wise, I think he's even up there with a Terence and those kind of guys, you know. I think the difference with Boots is he's got the defensive mastercraft, and he also has the aggressive power to turn your lights out, and I think that's quite different.
Shakur Stevenson openly acknowledges Teofimo Lopez's talent, framing the fight as a true test of skill and preparation. He understands the challenge and anticipates difficulty, signaling mental readiness and respect for Lopez's capabilities. This mindset shows that Stevenson is approaching the bout strategically, balancing confidence with caution, aware that every round will be contested, and that adaptability, patience, and focus will be crucial for victory.
To push myself, I know that Teo is a tremendous fighter. I know he's on an extremely high level. And I feel like, well, I know that I can beat him, but I know that this should be a tough set. So
Teofimo Lopez signals that he is approaching this fight with a tactical mindset, focusing on pacing rather than expecting an early knockout. By emphasizing control of the opening rounds, Lopez hopes to pressure Shakur Stevenson and impose his style. However, moving up in weight introduces new challenges, particularly against a disciplined and intelligent opponent like Stevenson, who thrives on pacing and distance. This adds a psychological element, where Lopez must maintain confidence under the pressure of unfamiliar stamina demands, and Stevenson can exploit any overcommitment. The early rounds will likely define whether Lopez can set the tone or if Stevenson can neutralize his aggression and assert dominance through strategy and timing.
Really is that if you look for the knockout, you won't get it. You know, I think really it's just all about setting the good pace early in the beginning rounds and then going from there, setting that tone. I think that I don't see him going those 12 rounds. This is his first time moving.
Duke McKenzie's comments highlight a divide in opinion around Teofimo Lopez's current standing. While fans may hype his potential, skeptics question whether he has truly reached world-class consistency. Against Shakur Stevenson, this perception matters because the fight will test Lopez's ability to adapt to elite opposition. Stevenson's technical precision and composure will expose weaknesses in Lopez's approach, especially under sustained pressure. The narrative isn't just about physical ability, it's a mental and stylistic test. Lopez must prove he can execute his game plan under scrutiny, maintain discipline, and manage Stevenson's relentless strategy, or risk being exposed in a fight that challenges both skill and mindset.
I don't think he's world class. He's not really my cup of tea. I mean, I don't look at boxing probably the way you do or most sort of fans do. I look at it from
The hype around this fight is undeniable, and the polarizing atmosphere reflects just how much attention it has garnered. Teofimo Lopez's antics and Shakur Stevenson's calm control have created a classic clash of personalities that fans and analysts can't ignore. Beyond the drama, it frames the fight as a psychological chess match. Stevenson's ability to remain composed under provocation contrasts sharply with Lopez's more aggressive, confrontational style. This dynamic could translate directly into fight night, where mental toughness, emotional control, and adaptability will play as large a role as physical skill. Every verbal exchange, gesture, and stare down has set the stage for high-stakes drama inside the ring.
But I do feel it's maybe what the sport doesn't need, and yet many people are saying, no, it's great, you watch it. Everybody wants to go.
This fight carries a unique unpredictability where preparation meets spontaneity. Despite all the analysis and strategy, nothing can perfectly forecast what will happen once the bell rings. Shakur Stevenson's control and tactical mastery may clash with Teofimo Lopez's aggression and power, creating moments where standard predictions fail. Factors like mental state, reaction speed, and stamina could decide rounds unexpectedly. The uncertainty adds excitement for fans, but also pressure on both fighters, emphasizing adaptability over rigid strategy. This is a matchup where one punch, one misstep, or one brilliant adjustment can instantly flip the script, underscoring why high-level boxing is as psychological as it is physical.
You don't know what's going to happen because it's different on that day than any other day. It just sort of scripts go out the window.
As the build-up reaches its peak, the stakes could not be higher in this showdown between Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez. Every aspect of preparation, training, and mindset will be tested under the bright lights of the arena. Stevenson's ability to control pace and maintain distance could frustrate Lopez and force him to adjust his natural aggression, while Lopez will look to impose his power and take the fight to Stevenson early. This is not just a physical contest, but a psychological battle where composure, adaptability, and timing will dictate the outcome. Fans are left to wonder who is mentally stronger, who can handle the pressure, and who truly wants it more. If Stevenson executes his strategy, he could outsmart and outlast Lopez, controlling rounds and exploiting mistakes. On the other hand, if Lopez lands early power shots and forces Stevenson out of rhythm, he could shock the world with a dramatic victory. The fight promises high drama, tension, and explosive exchanges. Every round could swing momentum and define legacy. Don't just watch, make your voice heard. Tell us who you believe will come out on top and join the debate in the comments below.